But the next question is, how do you make money on YouTube? A lot of people, you guys might even wonder.
People have. Hello and good morning, everyone. Welcome back. Guys, we are bright-eyed and bushy-tailed early in the morning.
Mrs. Bingham,
Yeah.
Can I do something for you really quick?
Yes.
That should be much better for you, Mrs. Bingham. So I just wanted to help you out with some of the things we have here in the classroom today. We're going through and learning about vlogging, about
Lighting is everything.
doing content creation. So yes, that is one thing that we can do is adjust what they call the white balance.
Oh,
so,
I know nothing about that, but let me refer to Mr. Bingham.
Mr. Bingham, hi, how are you today? Welcome, students, do come in.
We have a big day today. We are rushing out the door. I had like 3 minutes, so I was like, let's pick up the camera really quick.
Got it, you guys, today's a big day. We are going to be substitute junior high teachers today. We're going back to junior high, and we are teaching students. We have 6 class periods that we have to get through. We have to
That's a lot.
face these crazy teenagers at their most wild moment in life. We have to teach them how to succeed and what to do with all their skills, their talents, their energy, their education. That's what we are doing today.
Thankfully, we know almost the entire junior high. It should be a piece of cake, a lot of fun.
Nice.
There are other teachers with different professions.
Are we less than a real teacher just because we're substitutes, Mindy? How dare you?
We are in no way, shape, or form qualified to do this.
Way less than regular teachers.
But you guys, we are headed off to the kids' school today to do a career day, to teach them all of our knowledge and wealth of information that we have on being YouTubers.
Fake it till you make it. All right, next class.
I know.
We are very excited. I actually was able to put together like a fun presentation last night, and it's going to be, I think there's a combination of like slides, pictures, videos, because if we're gonna be the content creators, it's gotta be kind of exciting. Plus, I wanna make the kids proud. You know, they make us proud every day, so I wanna make them proud when we go into their school. So,
well, and maybe after we're done, we could share a little bit about that, because when I had mentioned it, some people said, we would love to know more, like what it took for you guys to get here.
You know what? I'll find a way, because it's actually,
into our classroom.
I really enjoyed the slideshow that I put together, like putting it together. I was like, we need to keep this, because this just kind of tells the whole story. It tells the journey. It tells like how it came to be, and we get asked that a lot. I was able to put it together into a really nice format. I think that was kind of cool. We got some other fun things up our sleeve. Let me just tell you right now, Wade is in the car. He is in the car. He's waiting for us. This is going to be a great day.
It's gonna be awesome.
Bringing Wade to school today, buddy. Looking good. That guy's got his prom date unlocked. There we go. I told our guy he needs to show a little more, you know, emotion and hug people. The reason that we do that.
All right, nothing to see here. Careful, there's a step.
Taking bodies out of the school, excuse me. Officer Bingham coming through. Swag guy. Mindy, don't fall. Where are we going with this?
Just to the car.
I hope his arms don't fall off. My precious Wade. He needs to go back home and play VR. He doesn't feel safe in the real world.
I know, he's like, it's cold out here.
I had Ryler's help the first time. Come here, Wade. Nothing weird,
We
guys.
are so weird.
You only knew the amount of reactions this is getting every time anybody sees it. Wade, be careful. Oh, I love you, Wade. Oh my gosh, he's upside down. I don't know what to do. His leg just came off. His leg just Wait, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Never let go. I'll never let go, Wade.
Holding his butt?
Yes, that's the only thing I can grab. Not on purpose. Not trying to cop a feel there, Wade. There we go.
Hi.
All right, let's get him home. Let's get him home to safety.
The kids' school, we had the greatest time over there.
Guys, we got to present like what it is to be online social media creators. They asked how much money you make, how do you make money, things like that. Like crazy personal stuff. Got to share what we do day in the life kind of thing. It's actually like really cool. We brought Wade. It's hard to explain it because we couldn't really video as it was happening. I feel like we should just...
Do you guys want to see it? Can we just show it to you? Because Brandon spent a lot of time on it.
We have the entire presentation. We can do like a condensed version because I will tell you, like we went overtime most of the time.
Chatty Cathy over here.
We will tighten it up, but I said we'd give you the presentation right now.
I think it'd be fun.
Hello everyone and welcome to Career Day here at the school. We are Mr. and Mrs. Bingham. Okay, we weren't that cheesy, you guys. We had so much fun giving this presentation. Give you an abbreviated version of it. This is kind of like the high level. Put together this little presentation, talked about life as a social media, whatever you want to call it, online YouTube content creator, all things in one. Because we were at the kids' school and it was an educational setting, started off by focusing on how we got to where we are based on some of our previous education and work experiences. So started off by talking about how I have a degree in broadcast journalism. At the time, I was working at the news station here locally. Worked there for quite a while. Ended up going to the other big news station here in Utah as a producer. And in this area of learning and work experience, I learned how to create content, create a program, how to attract viewers, all these different things. But because the news world is very clear that the family will need to come second, that didn't feel like it was a great fit for us. I wanted to have more time with the family, so I left the news industry and entered the world of content marketing. Worked at a couple of places doing content marketing, learned how how to engage audiences, get their attention. Then I worked at a company that had a door-to-door sales program where I became what they called the hype machine, and I would create videos that made door-to-door knocking look like it was as cool as being a professional athlete. And so through the course of that academic background and those work experiences, I think it set us up nicely to do what we do today. That is share our lives with the world, fun and exciting new ways, and try and make what is typically really everyday life look like it's pretty awesome. That being said, what does a day in the life of a YouTuber look like? Well, let me just show you. Mindy! Are you awake now? And we played this fun video. Kind of made a joke coming out of it. That was the snippet from our year-end highlight video. Is that every day of our life? Is that what every day looks like from sun up to sundown?
Lambos and limos, sunshine and sand. Took your line from
I really like the LNLs and SNSs. That was really good. We did this, by the way, 6 times today, you guys. So we got a lot better at it as time went on. We also really got to know each other's things, and so we would steal each other's jokes and lines, and we asked certain questions each time, and it was really, really fun. But I feel like the first session, we were working out the kinks. We had 25 minutes. I took probably 40 getting through half of it because I won't shut up. And so we learned, okay, cut this out. Don't talk a lot about this. Move on past that. As we dialed it in, by the 6th one, I think we actually had time for questions at the end, so that was a big deal. Again, this is the fast-forwarded version of that. Reality check, that is not real life. Many of you probably know that, but if you don't know that, no, it is not happy rainbow, sunshine, smiles, limos, and Lambos all the time. It's not. You know, we don't have any secrets. We can't hide anything from you. You guys know that sometimes our content for the day might be making pizzas out of hoagie sandwich rolls, and we shared that with the class.
They were delightful.
They were really delicious.
But we did give the kids a realistic expectation what life is really like. As a content creator, it's definitely not
because
all
a lot of times, especially young kids, see this as a possible opportunity to get involved in as a career. And I actually skipped this. The first slide, how we started each one, is talking about how cool it is that their school has a career day where someone from social media is representing it as a career. Because when we started, it was not considered a job. It was like that funny little video thing you do. It was kind of looked at as like it's not a real job.
People
and now
often made fun of us, thought that we were kind of silly to be doing what we were doing.
And it was crazy. Now here we are, just a few years later.
And we have all of you in our family.
And we have a school who's actually teaching social media and how to be an online content creator as a career path. Classes were packed. We had max capacity every session,
awesome.
6 sessions in a row. So how cool is that the school did that? So that's supposed to be at the very beginning. Reality checks, you kids out there, if you just see that highlight video, you see that 2 minutes of epicness, every amazing cool thing that happened, you think, I want that, so I'm gonna do YouTube, I'm gonna do content creation. You're really missing the reality of what content creating is, how much work it can be, but also it's not always like that, and it took a really long time and a lot of foundation laying to get to where that became part of our life at all.
Yes.
So what are our jobs? And a lot of people still ask us, what is your job? I don't get it, what's your job? Because we do all of the in-house video production and editing, that is something that we could consider part of our job. We do that.
That's this guy right here.
The creative strategy around like ideas and stuff like that, we really have chosen to just not let what we do for online content creation get in the way of life. So a lot of times our videos might be making pizzas or latest piano recital because we just don't want to turn it into like a production studio in our home or the kids that have a normal life. So a lot of times it's just whatever we're doing that day is what we're doing. A lot of the strategy as far as ideas and stuff like that, we come up with together as a family. What should we video today? That's often what we say.
We often turn to the kids because they see the latest and greatest, you know, on YouTube and those kind of things. And
they know the trends, what's cool.
They'll give us ideas and we're like, oh my gosh, such a genius.
Like everybody's doing this one. Yeah, it's really fun to work together as a family. The main thing we talked about throughout the entire thing is finding your passion, finding your why, some people will call it. From the beginning, all of these jobs that I had, the things that I did, laying the foundation, I just found that I wasn't getting as much time with my family as I wanted. I had jobs that would be 70 hours a week.
So you wanted more time with me?
Travel, I did, and now I got it, and it's one of those be careful what you wish for things. But it was 3 weeks out of the month, I'd be gone on travel, things like that. So I was just like, I want to provide for my family, and you guys know this if you've been here when we made the leap of faith and quit the last job that I had and stepped into the world of YouTube. We said, we just want more time together, want to provide for my family, but not at the expense of not being with them, and let's just give this a try.
Brandon has always had a phrase that he has used, no success can compensate for failure. No success
can compensate for failure in the home. Yes. I don't want you to think that I made that up. That's, I quote somebody else.
No, not that you made it up, but he says it all the time. Brandon has always had a goal of having family first. Now it's cool because we do get to be with the kids more. We bounce ideas off of each other. We get to spend time together. We do love being together, and that has always been his #1 priority.
A lot of times people will see the highlight reel and want to get involved in it, and then they don't have the passion to pull them through what can be difficult times. You guys know about like late nights of editing. Talk about the fact that like vacations are actually a lot of work. No one wants to hear a successful YouTuber complain because they have an amazing life, and we do not deny for a second that this is the greatest job I could possibly dream of. There is nothing, if you offered me astronaut, athlete, rock star, movie star, I would choose what I do over any of them because we are together all the time. But I did want to help the kids understand and give them the expectation that you might see that highlight reel and think, oh, I would just want to jump right into all of that fun. But behind the scenes, when we're on vacations, I don't sleep. As soon as you finish a video, however long that takes you to edit and craft the title and come up with a description and understands how keywords interrelate with each other and search engine optimization, and you get all that done and you hit go, you pick up the camera and you're doing another one that day. It just never ends. And so we're now 5-6 years into this. Ask the question, how many videos do we have on our channel? Give out some merch. Anybody
do any of
guess?
you guys know how many videos we have on our channel?
Take a little ballpark guess in your mind.
No, give this video a thumbs up. We'll also add to that today while we were presenting, that's usually the time that Brandon would be working. But because we had to do that, he actually stayed up until 3 o'clock this morning to make sure the video was uploaded and ready for all of you guys so that he could be there today. So he definitely doesn't get any days off.
But we talked about how there is that extreme flexibility. I didn't have to ask a boss today if I could come present at the kids' school. You are the boss and you said yes. but I didn't have to get that cleared. I didn't have to have somebody else respond to my emails while I was gone. So there is an incredible amount of flexibility. But I just worry sometimes, especially at this young age, as people see the content creation or online social media job and just think, oh, that looks like it's nothing but fun. So I just want to make sure they knew that it is something that just never ends. You always have to stay on top of trends and stay relevant and continue grinding out content. You hear about these creators who go through content burnout and maybe you just hear that and glaze over it, but it's a real thing. And so I wanted to make sure these guys knew that exists. Don't just look at the highlight video and think that that's what it is, because there is other stuff to it. But then at the same time, I was like, nobody wants to hear anybody complain who's living a life doing this. We usually at this point were realizing that we were short on time, so we had to go pretty quickly over it. I said, you were gonna go through 6 sessions today. In the social media one right now, they had an FBI agent there, they had police officers,
attorney,
they had a
chef,
all kinds of things.
cosmetology school, all that stuff.
I said, there might be one that speaks to you and you're just like, I resonate with this, I love this, I could see this being my passion, this is incredible. If you start and you're terrible, actually said if you suck at it, don't give up just because you're terrible, because you never know if that passion for it will drive you past where other people are quitting and put you at the top of what you're doing. And I shared this as an example. Okay, we're gonna go do some Mother's Day shopping right now. We decided to go to Target and pick up a nice purse for Mom because she has one that she's been wanting. But we came outside and found that it's raining. All right, guys. Little snippet from our very first vlog ever. The first attempt at a vlog, the first time we talked to a camera. People said you should try vlogging. I had to Google what is a vlog. I didn't know what it was. Guys, it is painful. If you haven't seen it, it is worth the watch because it is hilarious. There's 100% copyright striked across the board because I used a ton of music you're not allowed to use. I had no idea what I was doing. It probably took me a week or more to put together a 2-minute video that is miserable. And they all just laughed when you hear me talk to the camera, how uncomfortable I am. If you look at me, I can't look at it because it's weird. It's on a GoPro far away. It just did not seem like something I was gonna do. And inside of that video, I say, we're not gonna do this thing anymore where we talk to the camera because it's just too weird. So guess what, guys? I don't think I'm gonna do this thing where I hold the GoPro and talk to myself all the time because it's kind of annoying. Funny, that ended up being what it is now. That was a lesson to them, whether it's social media or anything else. You love it, you have a passion for it. If you're not good at it at the beginning, if at first you don't succeed, try again. And that was a real life example of that. If you were to see that video, you would never say those guys are gonna kill it on YouTube. That's gonna be their job for sure. You would have never said that. You'd say, give up right now, you're terrible. So don't give up, kids. And then the school asked us to go over salary expectations because as they go into these different fields, want to know how much money can I make doing this job. And I explained that for a lot of professions, even like doctors, athletes, whatever it is, you can say on the low end you'll make this.
There's a set range.
High end you'll make this. YouTube, that's kind of hard. You could make no money, you could lose money by buying cameras, hiring editors, doing all these different things, and end up not getting an audience, not getting any sponsors, and you end up making no money. That is a real possibility in pursuing this as a career. Or you could be swimming in money like Mr. Beast was on track to be the first YouTube billionaire. And then I did also share, we just had 2 content creators, social media people who had a commercial in the Super Bowl, launched a sports drink that is a competitor to Gatorade within 8 months, taking over the sports drink world. That would not have been possible without their social media platforms. And so the power of social media and what the ceiling for that is unbelievable. Really, there is no ceiling. The sky is quite literally the limit, but it's really hard to define a range. But the next question is, how do you make money on YouTube? A lot of people, you guys might even wonder.
People have.
Yeah, so we were very specific about exactly how we make money. First and primary way is through YouTube ad revenue. Easiest thing to think of is if you're watching a TV show and there's a commercial, somebody paid for that ad. Similarly, when there's an ad before, during, or after one of our videos, that company, whether it's like a Nike commercial or an Amazon commercial or Joe's Plumbing, whatever it is, they paid to have Google or YouTube place that ad in our video. So YouTube gets part of that money, and we get part of that money. And that is over the course of a month, added up and then deposited into our bank account every month, the amount of ad revenue that we made based on video views where ads were shown. The next part, brand deals. When we work with a brand and we do some kind of a brand deal with them, they will pay us to promote a product or a service. But those ones, you guys probably noticed, are a little bit more tricky. There's talking points. They want the brand represented a certain certain way. You can't wear other logos that are competitors. You have to send the video back to them. They approve whether or not they like the way you really presented the brand, and they send back either an approval or some revisions to make. So that one's a little bit more work, but it's a great way if you're getting started and you're starting to grow an audience, have brands that are interested in sponsoring some of your content. It's a great way to help pay for things along the way as you continue to grow your audience and get more organic views. Not all brand deals necessarily come with a financial benefit either. There's other cool stuff that you get from working with brands.
Some of the stuff that we particularly love is we get to work with companies like Disney and Nintendo quite often. You guys know that we go to Disney a lot. When Disney sends us out for those trips, they take care of the trip. They treat us to all sorts of really awesome opportunities that money honestly can't buy. I feel so grateful, so blessed that we've been able to go on several of those. Some of them being the Disney Wish christening cruise. We just got to go for the Disney 100 Years of Wonder. And Brandon and Ryler just got to go to Universal Studios and check out Super Mario World. We're very grateful for those opportunities. Those are the ones though that we don't make any money on. They just take care of the trip for us.
Makes for great content, and we're grateful for these experiences like Mindy said, you really couldn't do otherwise, so that's what makes those cool. So a lot of opportunities with brands if it's something that you want to do. The third way is merch, and you guys, we love it. We had Wade,
this is where
the
Wade
mannequin.
comes in.
He was there wearing the merch, rocking it. We love that you guys rock it, that you love it. We talked about how amazing and loyal our online family is. Everything we get sells out immediately, and it is such a huge, just humbling show of support to us. We love it every single time.
Grateful.
We're so grateful. We talked about how Mindy runs a shop out of the house, how we love just having that hands-on touch where it comes from our basement to your home. And we did mention that all of these things can be outsourced. If you feel like scaling a business like this, you can have an editor.
You can get a fulfillment center for this kind of stuff.
Designer who designs the merch. I mean, everything that we've talked about, you could hire out and just be like the face of it all. That is a possibility. I don't think our faces are good looking enough, so we do a little bit more here in-house.
We did make the joke at the beginning of every session. One of us is the brains and one of us is the looks.
And you have to decide by the end which is which.
It's clear.
I'm the looks. And then lastly, this is kind of the everything else bucket. We do have the blog that has some recipes and things like that. Whereas people go there are ads that show there, and so that generates a little bit of income. And then content licensing is actually one that doesn't happen a lot. It's cool. It's like you've gone somewhere, you've captured some footage, a brand saw it, they want to use it in a commercial, so they'll pay you an amount for that 1 second of footage for like your likeness, for the footage.
This one is from the Universal Studios commercial. Brandon and Ryler on it. Several of you saw it, sent it to us. It's really awesome.
It's cool because if you think about it, because I've worked on the production side of these marketing teams from the business end, it's very expensive and a lot of planning to shoot that single shot. You'd have to shut down the ride for the day, get special cameras, attach them in 27 different ways, hire 2 actors to go down, have them do it multiple times and act like they're having a great time. Or you can just grab one authentic clip of a father-son screaming their heads off, pay them for that 1 second. Really great thing for brands to do, and then it's awesome for creators because we already shot the video, we already were there, we already experienced it, so they will pay to use it in their commercial, and that's a great way. Earn a little extra money. That is what it is like. That is life as an online content creator, us specifically as YouTubers. Do you have any questions for us?
You guys, we're going to put a post on Instagram, and you can go there if you have any questions. Maybe that is something we can answer in a future vlog.
That'd be fun. Let's turn this into a Q&A. Maybe like a study bonus.
We have a picture to post of us and Wade that we'll post that as you guys are seeing this video. It will be on our Instagram.
Drop some questions in there.
You can go over and see it. But we had so much fun speaking to the kids at our kids' school. They were awesome. They asked great questions.
The kids were respectful. They sat and listened. I had 20 teenagers in junior high actually paying attention, staring at us, listening. Great kids. And we loved being involved, being a part of Career Day, being able to go to the kids' school and take part. And we had crew in our first session and Ryler in our second to last session. So it was fun to have them and some of their friends we've had here at the house many times. Just a great day. It was an awesome day.
It was awesome. Thank you so much for sitting here and listening to us give you our presentation. Something that Brandon whipped up, honestly, on a whim. He's really good at this kind of stuff. Thanks for hanging out with us. Make sure to go over to Instagram, ask us some questions, and we'll see you guys all tomorrow.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Okay, we're gonna go do some Mother's Day shopping right now. We decided to go to Target, pick up a nice purse for Mom, because she has one that she's been wanting. But we came outside and found that it's raining. Okay. Not as fun when it rains. So guess what, guys? I don't think I'm gonna do this thing where I hold the GoPro and talk to myself all the time, because it's kind of annoying.